Hey everyone, it's Betsy here, and today we are going to take a look at a graph of a line and we're going to find the slope of it. So let's get started. The first thing I want you to know, in math, slope is represented by the letter M. So whenever you see the letter M, think about slopes. All right, the next thing we need to know, we want to know, is that line going up or is the line going down? Do you know how to determine that? Well, if you don't, I'm going to show you right now. So go to the line and trace it from left to right. See, as I trace this from left to right of the line's going up. If the line is going up, your slope is positive. If the line's going down, your slope is negative. So now we already know that the slope is positive. So I can erase that out of there. Next, we want to find 2 points that are on corners of the square. So here, I'm going to draw a square so I can show you what I mean by that. So here's my square. So I'm going to draw a line through that square. Here we go. My line goes like this. Oops, I don't like that line. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back. I'll make sure you see it perfectly. Okay, there's my line. You see how up in the upper left, it goes right through the corner of the square? That is definitely one spot that we're going to use. So I'm going to pick this spot right here. When I look at the other side, it doesn't go through a corner. It goes through right here. That's where it crosses that square. So we wouldn't want to use this point because we'd have to estimate it, and our slope will be off a little bit. So keep following that line until you find another point that goes through the corner. All right. So now we know that. So let's finish the problem up. So I'm going to go and find 2 points that are right on corners of my square. So let's see what we got here. There, it looks like there's one right there and right there. Now you might pick 2 different ones. As long as they're on the corners, you're going to get the same slope because the slope of a line is constant. So now that I've got my 2 points, I'm going to make a little triangle out of them. I'm going to connect them by making a triangle. So I'm going to go down to here and then over. And there's my triangle. If you want to make it above, you can do that too. It doesn't make a difference. So here it is above if you prefer. Up and over. All right. Now, to find our slope is equal to the rise over the run, which in reality is the change in your y's over the change in your x's. So what does that mean? So we're going to look at our little triangle we drew, and we're going to count the squares. So you got to move before you count though. So here, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go rise, how high it goes. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So my rise is 4. And my run, how far over does it go? Let's take a look at how far over it's going. I'm going to move before I count. So there's 1, 2, 3. It goes over 3. So my slope is 4 over 3. Now you don't want to write a slope as a mixed number. Leave it as an improper fraction if it's improper. Let's go on to the next one. The next one, you got a straight up and down line. If the line is straight up and down, the slope is said to be undefined. You don't have to find anything. It's going to be undefined. So in this next one, my slope is undefined. And if you were to use the formula for slope to try to find the slope, you're going to get a 0 in the bottom. And you can't divide by 0. It's undefined. That's why you'll get an undefined. All right, let's look at the next one. Left to right. So first we're going to see if the slope is positive or negative. When I trace this, the line is going down. The line's going down, your slope is negative. So we are going to start by writing down that our slope is negative. Let's get a different color here. So M is negative. The line's going down. All right, now we got to pick 2 points anywhere on that line that are on corners of the graph. So it looks like there's a corner right there, and there looks like a corner right there. So from that, we're going to make our little triangle, either side, whichever you prefer. When I do that, the next thing to do is rise over run. So count up how many spots there are. You got to move to count. So 1, 2, 3. So the rise is 3. And the run, you got to move before you count. 1, 2, 2. So my slope for that line is -3/2. How are we doing, everyone? Everybody okay? I think so. I think you'll be fine. Next, we have, think horizon. You look out over the horizon. That's a horizontal line. Whenever you have a horizontal line, the slope is 0. And why is that? If you use the slope formula, you're going to get 0 on top of your fraction, and 0 divided by anything is 0. So there you go. I hope this was helpful, and I would love if you subscribe. Have an awesome day. Thank you.